Welcome back to Salud Napa. I'm Jeff. We're on to our dessert course, which is a bittersweet chocolate tart. We're making that with a crumb crust. I have some pulverized ginger snaps. You can use vanilla wafers or any cookie that you like. Chocolate wafer would be nice. To make the crust, we're going to add some melted butter. This is unsalted butter that I've just melted just barely. You don't want to boil it. We're going to add a little bit to the cookie crumbs and then stir it with our fingers. This is a nice, easy crust. It's a no-bake. You don't have to pre-bake or do anything tricky. See how that holds my fist? That's all we need to do to make this crust work for our tart. And then we're going to take our pre-buttered tart shells. I've just run a little unsalted butter to coat that so it comes out nice. And then we're going to press the crumbs into the tart shell. So we want to make it not too thick, so we get a nice amount of the chocolate filling inside. And then if you need to, we'll take another tart shell and just press it inside to make it even. There you have it. So now we're going to make the filling for our tart shells. We have some bittersweet chocolate that we're just going to chop real fine. I like the bittersweet because the flavor has a more character than just sweetness, but you can use any chocolate you like. We're going to add that to our bowl. We want it nice and fine so it melts with the heat of the scalding cream. We have in our pot over here a cup of heavy cream and 1/3 a cup of milk, and we're just going to bring that to a boil or scald it. And then we'll pour the cream over the chocolate, and we're going to stir that up. Make sure that we get all the chocolate nice and melted. And we have to add the vanilla. That's about a tablespoon of vanilla. And then when it's a nice uniform color and not too hot, we're going to add the egg. And we wait to add the egg so it doesn't cook or scramble the egg in the chocolate. We're going to stir it till it's nice and glossy. About there, and we'll just let it rest just for a second, and then we'll pour it into our tart shells. Now look at that, nice and simple. Looks like we've done a whole lot in the kitchen, but we really haven't. 4 or 5 ingredients, a nice, easy to make tart shell, and this dessert really wows them. It's nothing to it. Takes about 10 minutes in the oven until it's firmed up a little bit. It just kind of looks done. While the tarts are in the oven, we're going to make a quick raspberry and citrus relish. We have some organic frozen raspberries. It's the middle of winter, so we want some nice raspberries that are picked when they're ripe in the summer. We add about a tablespoon of powdered sugar. We add the powdered sugar because it has a little bit of cornstarch. It sweetens them a little bit and thickens them up a little bit. We're going to add a couple of segments of Meyer lemon, where we're just taking the peel off, and we're going to cut them into segments and toss them in our relish. I'd like to save all those peels for something else, but we'll do that on another show. So we're just going to take, this is a Meyer lemon, so it's nice and sweet, not as tart as your regular store-bought lemons. This came off a neighbor's tree once again. So about 3 or 4 segments is enough for what we need. I'm going to coarsely chop them, add them to the relish. We'll do the same thing with I want to say a wild orange, but it's not. Just came out of the yard, somebody's yard in my neighborhood. We're going to add probably all the segments from this. And this is a navel, so there shouldn't be any seeds. And then we're just going to use the end of that to squeeze some juice in there. I'm going to coarsely chop these. and add them. And then stir it all up and let it sit while those tarts finish cooking. So our tart's out of the oven, nice and set up. It's been sitting on the counter for about 3 or 4 minutes. Of course, you can eat it the way it is with a little bit of relish, or you can try and get it out of the pie plate. We're gonna set a plate over the top, shake it a little bit, maybe tap it for good luck. And there you have it, upside down chocolate tart. Put another plate over the top and flip it back. There we have it. We'll set it to the middle. I'm going to put it on another plate just to make it look pretty. Garnish it with a little bit of the fruit relish. And top it with a little powdered sugar. There you have it. Wonderful bittersweet chocolate tart with citrus and raspberry relish.